Just keep in mind something, that this is my own opinion. You still have to do your own research. Please don't follow blindly. This video is going to discuss my own opinion when it comes to Suleiman and the new Octavian hero. Is Suleiman bad? No, he is in fact a unique commander with an interesting set of skills. So what is the problem? The first problem you are going to have is that he requires patience and a lot of investment. Unlike many other marshes, if you don't invest on the previous generation of the strategic archer heroes, he will be completely useless, and at the current stage, those archer heroes are not even usable. If you are fine investing on heroes that you won't use them until 2 months later, then go ahead. You see, Attila, for example, could be used for archer march or cavalry march, so he's a part of many builds, so you will still use him early on and later into the game. But those two heroes won't be used until Suleiman himself actually shows up, and the march itself will still require a lot of other investment to work properly, which we will discuss on this video. He is a complicated hero and not for newbies. You see, you take a look at most warrior heroes and skills. It's straightforward. This skill deals damage, that skill deals damage, the other skill deals higher damage, and thank you! You can even slap in 2 potatoes and a warrior hero and the build will still fucking work! While on the other hand, here is how Suleiman actually works. There is a chance to activate his charging skill. Once charging skill activates, there is charging stage, which is last 3 seconds, that can be interrupted. If it got interrupted or silenced, it's not going to work. Let's assume you passed charge stage successfully, then there will be damage stage. Once you do damage stage, the game is going to check for debuffs, so there will be damage plus one of 3 things, or it depends on how many debuffs the enemy has. The first one is burn. If there is burn, there will be extra damage dealt. If there is silence, the next kill you deal is going to have more damage. If incapacitation, or whatever the fuck this is, this means your troops are going to get recovered. And incapacitation doesn't actually work unless you are in the open field casting your commander skill, which takes freaking 300 rage. And then you should hope for a miracle that your next charging skill actually triggers during the time that the enemy is incapacitated. Or
don't do it. I'm a virgin.
He heavily depends on his team. He needs a hero that can silence. He needs a hero that can do burn. And one of the other major problems about Suleiman, that he might need another partner to deal some damage during the turns that he's not dealing damage on, or maybe get another hero that can reduce the damage taken, so you could make your march tankier. But alone, you can do no shit. He needs legendary skill investment to make his signature active skill actually work. The basic chance of his activation skill is 25%, and if you try to upgrade it, it's going to only add fucking 3%. There is no more increase at all. There is nothing that is going to increase the skill, which makes it one of the lowest skill activation rate on the game. So the only way for you to increase this one is by adding an additional skill, and this skill will sacrifice the other damage that you could possibly take. Like here, for example, you have the Strategy Master's Gift, which adds a percentage to your activation chance, and you have another skill which is actually going to allow you to skip the charging state, and if it fails to do that, the next time skill activation chance will be increased by 20%. Without these two, your damage is going to really suffer a lot. He needs legendary rings to become really powerful. If you paid attention, you will see that the recommendation rings is actually very expensive. While I don't agree with those rings, I believe there is only one ring that I would recommend for you if you ever try to go for this march. A Skyward Knight is one of the best rings you could have for this march, but the problem with this ring, it is really expensive, but you actually have no choice. If you take a look, this ring actually reduces the damage dealt by the hero that is equipped with this ring. So you need a support that doesn't really deal much damage so you can equip it this range. At the same time, this ring will increase your commander's damage by it's not up to 70%, it's actually a lot more than that, since it scales off strategy bonus and their signature active skill activation chance is going to be increased by up to 10%. This is fucking huge. And without this range, without that setup, without these activation chances, I do not see how this march could actually be successful. The replacement and choices when it comes to the strategy is very limited. He is an answer to an already solved problems. The silence and crowd control is mainly a counter for the swordman because most of the swordmen usually are active skill users. So getting a silence or incapacitate is actually going to hinder their damage a lot, especially with someone like King Arthur. But I do not think you have to wait all of that in order to destroy King Arthur. Because seriously, if you want to kill a swordman, you have a million other ways, a lot of other better marshes. Yeah, I don't really see any reason why would anybody go to a tactic and archer to just kill swordman, which could be literally killed by any fucking archer team. That is 10 times easier to make than this one. Their stats is freaking terrible. The growth stats of these heroes is worse than my butt. The only hero which have actually some decent stats is Suleiman. Other fucking wise, there is literally no. Look at this. They will deal a lot of poop damage. They will take shitload of damage of a might hero can literally molest these heroes. While Octavian sounds like a very interesting hero, but there is actually not yet a proper build for him. He does damage, increase damage to your troops, but he's a part of a support marsh, not a main marsh. So why are you going to waste your money in a support marsh? Even the overpowered, that's supposed to be overpowered hero, the current one, Ram, is actually over freaking rated. If you paid attention at his own skills buffs the allies around you. So are you going to work as a bitch for other people? I'm really not sure what is your intention of getting this pikeman march. It is by any means not interesting. If you are a whale, you just like to get an extra for you wanna experience something new, that's it. But this march whole existence is to buff others, to be a support for others. It's not a proper damage dealer. It's not even a proper support. I don't know why they even made it. Maybe it's for open field because it buffs 4. But even the attributes is really fucking little. Like within the area of 1400 by 5 and stacks 6 times. Even if it stacks 6 times, like 20 fucking might or something. What would the 20 fucking mines do to you? Or the highest attribute of what? 20 armor, even 20 might, it's not gonna add shit. This is not supposed to be a quality of mightest governor hero. But you know what? It's your money. Are you not convinced about whatever you say? Again, this is my own opinion, guys. That's basically it, guys. If you like my content, as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please give me some time to breathe, because answering the hundreds of questions I am getting every single day, and keep in mind I'm playing a lot of games, so getting a lot of questions, answering a lot of questions takes shitload of fucking time. So I apologize for those that I could not respond in time. That's basically it, guys, and have a wonderful day.
In a city full of chaos and a tangled web of streets lives a furry feline king, the coolest cat you'll ever meet. He's got muscles like a lion, a strut that's straight up mean, with a swagger and a purr that makes the ladies scream. He's Catzilla, the beast of the block. When he rolls up, the whole place rocks. He's got that charm, yeah, he's got that flair. Every girl in town's got their eyes on his hair.